Girls side, Hanna Klugman of Great Britain, Mia Polhankova of Slovakia, Jana Kovačkova of Czechia, and 16, her ranking, a career high combined world number 2. She is, as well as a fantastic singles player, a stellar doubles player. Her parents both former. So it will be Kristina Penickova to begin. Group A girls match against Julia Stusek. Well, bound to be a few early nerves. There is a lot at stake this week. Kristina Penickova up and running as the 2025 ITF World Tennis Tour Junior Finals gets underway. We are at the Sichuan International Tennis Center. Here in Chengdu, China. The 8 boys and 8 girls who've qualified for the finals have been drawn into 2 respected groups of 4, and the top 2 in each group will advance to the semi-finals following 3 days of round-robin action. And even though a win today isn't absolutely crucial, it will put whoever does come through in a really, really strong position. So Group A, Kristina Penickova and Julia Stusek joined along with the recent US Open girls champion Jelena van Drome of Belgium. And Charo Esquiva Banuls of Spain is joining the 2 as Stusek of Germany gets an early breakpoint chance here. Quickly swept away by a good Penickova serve. These 2 very familiar with each other. There will be no surprises on court. These girls have played alongside each other for many years. Oh, it's a superb backhand up the line. Penickova gets her feet absolutely set perfectly. Well worth another look at this stunning shot. Back to deuce we go. Tough first game for the 16-year-old American whose dad Thomas is coach, along with her twin sister Annika. Penickova born in Campbell, California, to Thomas and Olga. Parents both former tennis players from the Czech Republic. Dad Thomas had an ATP Tour ranking high of 884. Good use of the wide serve there with a little bit of slice on it to pull Stusek out wide. The young German reaching for both shots. And finally, saving a break point in the process, Penickova wraps up her opening service game. So Julia Stusek to serve next. She is the 5th seed. Stusek doesn't have quite the weaponry behind her delivery that her opponent does today. But placement's always more important than power. Julia Stusek, the daughter of a former professional tennis player. Father Thomas runs a tennis school. Always dangerous to approach into an opponent's forehand, as Stusek finds out to her cost. Stusek says Bad Homburg is a special tournament for her. She made her WTA Tour debut there. Stusek, a lucky loser at the 2024 Bad Homburg Open, facing double break point. A nice slice out wide serve from the deuce court gets her out of trouble for the first time. Let's see if she can come up with something good here to save a second. She certainly can. Penickova catches the backhand return a little late. And for the second straight game, we have deuce. Stusek got the quarterfinals of Roland Garros Juniors this year and the quarterfinals of the US Open as well. Regularly plays doubles with Julia Pastikova of Czechia. So third break point's coming for Penickova. See if she can take this one. See if she can get the return back in play. Players can challenge should they want to. That option is available. That's a decent second serve. Penickova might be kicking herself though that She hasn't given Stusek more of a challenge there on a second serve. She will get a fourth opportunity though. And Stusek this time does have to play the points. Ends beautifully in a nice drive volley. Again attacks the forehand, but Penickova in a much more perilous position there. Could only throw the ball up. Stusek using a good tennis IQ, moving to the net in anticipation of taking the ball out of the air. Incredible 4 break points saved. Oh dear. Well, sometimes those are actually much harder than they look. You've got so much time. Penickova had moved very, very early. It was almost too easy. So after 5 break points, the pressure tells. Kristina Penickova breaks for a 2-love start. Painful last couple of points there from Julia Stusek. Let's see if she can overcome that quickly. We'll need to here. Kristina and her twin sister Annika began their careers at Bayside Courtside, a club courtside in Los Gatos, California. Currently live and train there at the USTA National Campus in Orlando, Florida. Sisters have represented the United States at the Junior Billie Jean King Cup, and they won the title. So we see Penickova, those heavy ground strokes of hers, early take back on the backhand. Great technique. Unlike the first 2 games, this is turning out to be rather quick. Just a little long from Stusek. Not quite in it mentally there, and you can understand. Juliet Stusek to serve, and she needs to get something going here, down love 3. A miss, but Penickova will be very pleased with the way she started here. Swinging freely. All matches, by the way, best of 3 tie-break sets. It's considerably long. And Stusek in trouble once again. Face 5 break points in her opening service game. And she's got to face another 2 here. That's a superb return. Hasn't made a huge amount of returns on the breakpoint chances, but Penickova staying brave, staying loose, and it is a double break lead for the American. He was just 16 years of age. Earlier this year, Penickova received a wildcard into the qualifying competition of the Indian Wells Open 1000 level on the WTA Tour. Then 2 months later, she reached her first professional singles and doubles finals. That was at the W15 Magic Hotel Tour Series in Monastir. In doubles, she and her sister won the title. It looks to be another quick service game, held to love last time out. Looking like a big time player, isn't she, Penickova? Very impressive from the young American. Has now won 10 straight points behind serve and leads this Group A encounter 5-love. Time to turn things around. But this is going to be tricky given the way her opponent is performing. Just lost a little belief, hasn't she? And that is just outstanding. She's got such incredible power and timing and ability to be very courageous. Penickova not holding back. And just like that, we have set points. Another 15-40 start for Stusek behind serve. And that is really unfortunate for Stusek. Two very competitive opening games. Both went to juice. But a poor miss forehand from Stusek and then a double fault led to... Well, the first set at the 2025 ITF World Tennis Tour Finals has gone quickly. In the end, after two very competitive first games, 6-love to Kristina Penickova against Julia Stusek, who just lost her way a little bit, lost belief. Penickova on a really good run behind serve. And has now won 12 straight points when she steps up to the line with balls in hand. Stusek has to try and find a way to mix things up. Might need to go into the block return. It's fast. Caught this one here at the Sichuan International Tennis Centre. And perfectly favours Kristina Penickova. Quite clearly another love hold. That's 3 in a row. Not really being tested, is she, the 16-year-old? Who had 3 match points against Mai Hontama at the US Open first round in qualifying. Lost on a final set tiebreaker. And that shows what her level is. Already really a must-hold here for the German. Oh, this is a good start. There's a ripple of applause from the crowd. So one more chance for Stusek before this gets complicated. 40 love to 40-30. And a second serve coming up. Oh, it's long. She's thrown in too many double faults on big points today. Going for a little bit more because she can't afford just to float the ball in, not with the Penickova return coming at her. So another game point here for Stusek. Her team will be crossing their fingers that she can convert. Oh, went for it and misses just wide. So Stusek finally up and running. And she'll be very, very glad at that. And now can she lay a finger on the serve of her opponent, who's won 14 straight points behind serve. That's good work from Stusek, keeping the ball really deep and down the middle. Once Penickova is inside the court, she is absolutely devastating. So the 15 straight points behind serve run has ended. And now Penickova in a little bit of trouble here in the third game of set 2. Incredible, isn't it, how things can change in this sport so fast. And now Stusek comes up with a fantastic return deep into the backhand, and Penickova in trouble. Stusek did have a break point in the very first game of this match. Now she's got 2 more. That's another wonderful return off a very good second serve. Stusek has won 2 games in a row after being blanked in the opening set, 6-love. World Tennis Tour Junior Finals. Julia Stusek to serve, leading 2-1 in the second set, having lost the first set, 6-love. This is the junior equivalent of the ATP and WTA finals. 8 boys, 8 girls have qualified here in Chengdu, China. And this is the first of 4 matches on the schedule today. That will give Julia Stusek more confidence. She's winning a rally like that now. That certainly wasn't happening in the first set. It's the German who was missing. The double faults have been a thorn in the German side. Now has a handful. Point for 3-1 for a player who enjoyed the biggest title win of her career this April. That was at a J500 in Offenbach. And would you believe it? Double faults back to back on the ad court. And that is a real ouch, just when things were starting to look really good for Julia Stusek. Points for a 3-1 start. She's thrown in 3 double faults in this game. Early birthday presents for Kristina Penickova. That's a fantastic volley, though. Very brave indeed, because that shot from the USA player was coming very fast at Julia Stusek, just showing her great volley skills, keeping those wrists nice and firm. Break point saved. Just a little long on the return. Penickova continues to go hard. There's going to be some nerves here in the Stusek right arm, given she's been double faulting at will. It's long, so Stusek survives and moves the advantage to 3-1 despite those multiple double faults. She must be a little surprised she's got out of that one. Penickova showing zero emotion. And just looks so rock solid, doesn't she, Penickova, when she's patrolling the baseline like that. Finished last year with a combined ranking of number 8, did Kristina. Stusek not happy with something on the net there. And that's Penickova throwing in the double faults. Not quite to the extent of her opponent. Had a career high junior ranking of number 2 combined early this month, Penickova. Not playing with a huge amount of margin anymore. Players won 21 matches on hard courts compared to just 5 defeats. It's been by far her most successful surface. And despite a 30-love lead in this game, it's Julia Stusek with another breakpoint opportunity. Back-to-back games now. And she gets it. Terrific work from the German, who has turned this match around in supreme style. It was impossible, given what happened in the first set, but that's how tennis works. So it's about turn. 4-1 to Julia Stusek after being blanked in the opening set. And what's changed is that Penickova is just missing now, where she was making literally everything in the first 24 minutes. It was almost too easy for the 16-year-old American who won 15 straight points behind serve. And that's more of what she was doing in the opening stanza. That was a lovely penultimate shot, wasn't it, from Penickova? Good return up the line. She likes that one with the backhand. That's the shot. A lot of whip, and it pulls Stusek out of the court before finish off in routine fashion. So break back, 1 for Penickova. And this game is going to be a very interesting next one. Will it be 5-2 or 4-3? There is still one break involved. Penickova, as I said earlier, twin with Annika, who's not here. And they've been thought of a little like the next Williams sisters. Tough to live up to. There are similarities. 2 sisters from California, rising up through the tennis ranks. I think Kristina was expecting a call there and didn't come. Must have hit the back of the line. And the twin sisters don't actually know who is older of the two. Their parents, Thomas and Olga, know, but they refuse to tell the girls. Kristina says that they went looking for their birth certificate, couldn't find it, and we just kind of gave up. Annika said it doesn't really matter anyway. You'd want to know though, wouldn't you? Kristina says it drives me crazy because the parents refuse to tell them. Well, that's wayward from Penickova. Still with another game point though. Struggling to keep control of those big ground strokes of hers. And another one goes flying, so 40 love back to Deuce. Stusek might just fancy her chances here. That one's long. A frustrating miss for the German. Wants to keep the pressure on. That's long, so Penickova survives. 40 love to Deuce. Wins the next points. And she's narrowed the deficit even further. There's a lot that goes in to making a top professional player in tennis these days. Both these girls working extremely hard to get there. Stusek serving at 4-3. She's got a break lead. Had 2 break leads, a 4-1 advantage. That's been whittled down. So this is going to be extremely important. Needs to keep those double faults at bay. And rightly taking a little more time here. Stusek needs to be ready for this big point. opportunity here for Kristina Penickova, the top seed, to get back on level terms and win a third straight game. And it is long. Stusek's 4-1 advantage is no longer. And now Kristina Penickova, 2 games away from victory in this Group A round-robin match here at the 2025 ITF World Tennis Tour Junior Finals. We're in Chengdu, China all week. Got big dreams, Kristina. A couple of years ago, she said, obviously, we, meaning her and her sister, want to win everything we play. We know it's about getting better all the time. We want to play pro tennis. She's already doing that. She said she wants to play Coco and win Grand Slams. But right now, we're just enjoying everything we're doing it and feel lucky. And now it seems the momentum shift complete. Penickova back in control. She's stayed calm and cool. Despite all those unforced errors in the early stages of this second set. And that's where, of course, the mental game is so important. Not letting yourself get down when things are not going your way, because you can quickly turn them around. That's exactly what's happened. A love hold for Kristina Penickova, who's won 4 games on the bounce here in Julia Stusek had built up a 4-1 second set lead, but is now serving to stay in the match at 4-5. Well, that shot is just extraordinary from Penickova. And the level of difficulty is off the charts, and she makes it look relatively routine. Stusek really hasn't been able to cope with the enormous power up the other end. A player who occasionally is coached by Melanie Molitor, the mother of Martina Hingis. Oh, it's a good scramble from Stusek, but she can't make it count. Penickova was slightly moving backwards on the volleys. Have another look here. The young American needed to cut off this volley and this one as well. She's a little far back, but lucky to get away with it. And has 2 match points. Stusek survives 1. It is wide, and so Kristina Penickova from the USA, the top seed here at the ITF World Tennis Tour Junior Finals, begins with a victory. A streaky match on the first 7 games, including 15 straight points behind serve. Then lost 4 in a row before winning